internet, I'm Grim the Xeno, and today we're watching a My Story animated, because that's never been done before by any YouTuber. Ever. Right. So today we're watching My 3 Years Old Sister is Mute, and I can't tell people it's because of me. Let's get started.
Hi, I'm Erica, and for a long time, I was an only child. Some people hate
First I'd like to mention, in the thumbnails, which I'll display somewhere, they always look so great, and then the animation looks like it was drawn by an 11-year-old. That's convenient.
I was an only child. Some people hate being only children, but I loved it. I got all the presents on Christmas.
Who would hate being an only child? I would love to be an only child. I hate most of my siblings.
And then Brienne came along. I was 11 when she was born. Right away, I couldn't stand her. My parents paid so much attention to her. She cried all the time. It was so annoying.
Dang, this 11-year-old is getting mad at that sister. Ooh, I feel like she's gonna kill her. Ooh.
If I complained I couldn't sleep because of the noise, my mom was just like, she's a baby. That's what babies do.
The mom has sense. That's good. The mom has some sense. We need some sense in here.
To make matters harder, my parents thought Brienne was perfect. They were always talking about how beautiful she was, how smart. If you call crying and drooling smart, I guess.
Okay, you do have to blame the parents here. Why would you call your baby smart? It's a child. It's an infant. Infants aren't smart.
Meanwhile, everything I did was wrong. Erica, don't run in the house. You'll wake the baby. Erica, don't talk so loud. Don't stand so close to the crib. Go play outside. If they didn't want me anymore, why not just dump me at an orphanage and be done with it?
Why not just dump me at an orphanage? Said no kid ever.
Whenever I wanted to talk to my mom after school, she was always fussing over Brienne. I seriously had fantasies about taking Brienne into the woods and leaving her there.
And that's how you know your child's a psychopath. I'm just saying, probably should get some help with that.
But then something happened. Brienne was over 2, and she still wasn't talking. My parents started freaking out that something was wrong with her.
I thought you said she's mute because of her, not because of a learning disability. Wait, of course the story's fake. It's a My Story animated. I should have expected this.
One day, I was watching her while my parents were downstairs. She started babbling. Shh, I told her without thinking. She looked at me with wide eyes. Don't do that, I told her. Don't make that noise or your head will fall off. I mimed her head popping off.
She's evil. She's an evil child. Just saying. She needs to be put in an orphanage.
It happened a few more times, and each time I'd tell Brienne a horrible story about what would happen if she talked. I told her I had special powers that let me do it, but that she'd be in big trouble if she tried. I knew it was horrible of me, but I was just so sick of her getting all the attention.
Why is this girl so psychopathic? Jeez.
Before I knew it, Brienne was turning 3, and she still hadn't said a word. Now my parents were really freaking out. They took her to a bunch of specialists and were trying all kinds of weird homeopathic crystal alignment stuff to try to get Brienne to talk.
I honestly love the scared face on this. It's just hilarious. I love the scared faces on these people. It's hilarious.
Over the past year, I'd gotten over a lot of my resentment toward Brienne. I was in high school now and had plenty to keep me busy. What did I care if my parents were obsessed with the baby? I even sort of liked Brienne now. She didn't cry as much, and she was really cute. But she wasn't talking, and it was all my fault. I filled her head with all those horrible stories, and I'd traumatized her for life. My parents delayed Brienne's preschool enrollment. They looked like they never slept. They were always on the internet looking for solutions, for new doctors to try. The guilt began to eat away at me.
As it should. You basically told your sister her head's gonna fall off if she talks.
Mom and Dad had just taken Brienne to another specialist, and they wouldn't even tell me what the woman had said. "What's going to happen if Brienne doesn't start talking?" I asked Mom. To my shock, she started crying. She couldn't even answer the question. I realized I was the worst person in the world. I'd hurt Brienne and my parents.
Yes, you are the worst person in the world, you psychopathic weirdo.
I went upstairs shaking with anger and fear. I found Brienne and showed her a magazine picture of a cat. "Cat," I said. "Say cat." Over and over I pointed at the cat and repeated the word, but Brienne just stared at me. Then she smiled a little and clapped her hands, and I lost it. "Just say cat!" I screamed at her. "How hard is it? Just say one stupid word, Brienne. What are you, an idiot?" I kept screaming at her to talk until I heard footsteps pounding up the stairs.
I love how the footsteps look. It's just doom, 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 not even hitting the step. It's hilarious.
I said I promise, and I hugged my mom.
The hugging animation. It looks like they're like, it's weird. Nah.
And I've done my best to keep my word. Brienne and I might never be best friends, but I'm trying to be a better big sister to her now. I just hope she knows I love her, whether she ever talks or not.
I love how all these things end in a good mood. Like, it starts out so bad and the title is just so weird. Whatever. Well, that's the end of today's video, and I'm just gonna say that was a roller coaster of a ride. First, we think she can't talk because her sister, and then she can't talk because of a disability. These stories just get weirder and weirder as you watch them. Well, I'm gonna end that here, but I would like to say thank you for whoever's subscribing and actually watching these videos. And whoever is new watching, please subscribe, like, just, that would be much appreciated. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.